welcome back to week number 5. We got the SimiwinniSears versus newcomer, the Dewford Town Decidueyes, who took over for another coach who is no longer in the season. Where we see a Hitmonchan, which will be met with the Ogre Pond Wellspring form. Here comes Rotom Wash to take the predicted water move, but gets met with a Play Rough, which doesn't do that much after lefties especially. But here comes a Horn Leech, which will pick off the remaining damage and put Ogre Pond back up to full. Here comes Haunter, which will go immediately down to an Ivy Cudgel. Haunter, this is Haunter's debut, because it has not been played at all in the first 4 weeks. Hitmonchan goes ahead and goes for the Terra Fairy. Interesting choice. As they go for a close combat, if Hitmonchan has the Mach Punch, Ogre Pond might go down here. Here comes Cinderace. So no Mach Punch here, but we see an Earthquake into the Cinderace, which will almost take it out, but it will go down to the Pyro Ball. Here comes Qianpao, which may take it down to a Sucker Punch if it's predicted. Nope, he goes for the Sacred Sword. I don't know if he predicted the Darkrai switch or not, but either way, it was a great play on Dewford Town's part to get rid of that Darkrai. Here comes Annihilate, which will probably take out the Qianpao with a Drain Punch. ×4 super effective, and Qianpao is not the bulkiest Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination. Here comes Corviknight. We see a bulk up from the Annihilate, and we see Stealth Rock come from the Braviary. I don't know if this Skarmory just doesn't have any attacking moves, but it's content to go for entry hazards, I suppose. But we do see a Rocky Helmet on the Skarmory as well. We see a Roost is the game plan here. Outside of Kyurem, the rest of Simi's team is physical, but you only have so many Roosts, so it's not like you're going to be able to just win out with Rocky Helmet damage. So I think game 1 is going to go very decisively to Simi, who decides to set up another bulk up with the Annihilate. Another Roost failing. Here comes the Rage Fist, which does pretty good damage. It just goes to show you just how bulky on the physical side Skarmory is, though, that it's taking those hits, even though we have basically 3 bulk ups, and that will be game 1. Let's go ahead and go into game number 2. All right, game 2. We see a Skarmory lead, probably what I would have led with game 1, but we see a Cinderace lead, which honestly, it's a perfect counter for Skarmory, both in typing and being able to reverse those hazards that the Skarmory wants to set. Here comes Darkrai as Rotom Wash hits a nasty plot. Oh, the 60% accurate Hypnosis actually lands. We've seen Simi use Darkrai before with the similar set. If it's the same as before, he is running the Blunder policy, which will double the speed if Hypnosis actually misses. So kind of a way to make up for the detrimental accuracy of said Hypnosis, and Rotom will go down to a double-powered Dark Pulse. Here comes Qianpao, who we know is faster and has the Sacred Sword, but is predicted, and the Crunch gets a crit on the Annihilate, and the Annihilate goes down. Dewford really showing that they know how to play the mind games and know how to work around with predictions. Here comes the Swampert to take in the Pyro Ball. And here comes Ogre Pond, which should be able to wall this Swampert really nicely, having Water Absorb and resisting the Earthquake, and having Grass coverage as well. Ivy Cudgel not doing too much to the Skarmory. Here comes Cinderace again. The Sturdy on the Skarmory is broken, and for now, it's now back intact. I stand corrected. Here comes Haunter, which honestly will probably go down to a Pyro Ball. Yep. So in Haunter's debut match, he did absolutely nothing. Insert the Rick and Morty meme here. You know exactly which one I'm talking about. Here comes the Kyurem to take the Ice Punch. We know the Freeze Dry will easily take out the Swampert. So here comes Hitmonchan. going for the Ice Beam, which gets the freeze. Ah, how unfortunate for Dewford Town, as the Hitmonchan will go down to the Ice Beam from Curem. Here comes Skarmory, and we see a switch to Cinderace again. Okay, it did have an attacking move, it just did not have any effect on the Annihilate whatsoever. So we see spikes now, but we know that with court change, that's not going to matter. Although I probably would have waited for a little more hazards to come up before attempting the court change, because now even if you do it later, you're still going to have at least one layer of spikes on your side of the field. But I digress. Here comes Flygon, which has been absolutely wrecking people the last few weeks. This bulky para-electric Flygon. And we see a Thunder Punch, not enough to take out the Skarmory. This might be a case of Skarmory just able to wall this thing out. If he goes for a Body Press here, that might be it. Yep, Body Press does in fact take down the Flygon, and Flygon will not get any KOs. Here comes the Pyro Ball, which is still not enough to take it out. Here comes Body Press, gets a crit, and takes out the Cinderace too. Skarmory, who did absolutely nothing last game, is now putting in that good work, but will go down to the Ivy Cudgel from the Ogerpon, and now it's just Chien-Pao and it's Swampert. Chien-Pao really needs to take out this Ogerpon now in order to have a chance. Just barely does not. If Chien-Pao had been able to take it out, I think this would have been a Dewford game, but alas, the Ogerpon survives on 3%. And here comes the Corn Leech to finish off game 2 in Simi's favor. Thank you so much, you guys. Catch you guys in the next one.